We are Middle Fork Roasters. We are located in South Seattle, Georgetown, South Park neighborhood. We're an organic, fair trade coffee roasting company. We mainly focus in wholesale. Find us in Whole Foods, Wajimaya.
We got a couple cafes in 72nd Street in Green Lake. Toad's Cafe in North Bend. We got about 30 business accounts.
And just celebrated our first year. So we're going to walk you through the process a little bit. Coffee starts out here in the green form. These beans originally come in a cherry, and what the workers will do is they'll pick the cherry, and depending on the process, they'll dry them. Now they can be dried in the cherry, which is called natural, in the mucilage, which is the pulp, which is called a pulp natural, or a wash coffee, where the entire mucilage, all that pulp is taken off, and the beans are dried just in this state. The majority of our coffees right now are all wash coffees. They tend to give the coffee a little bit more of an earthy kind of nuttiness to it. This one right here is Guatemala.
So we deal with mostly Central and South America, and we also do Indonesia, so we do with Sumatra.
Yep.
So we got Guatemala,
We got
Brazilian, Colombian.
El Salvadorian, Sumatran,
Yep.
and Guatemala.
And we're getting into Kona, 100% Kona beans once they get certified organic.
These bins into our little hoppers here. We carry them over here to our roaster. Now, this is a Primo brand roaster. It's manufactured down in Anaheim, California. 70-pound batch roaster, so we can do 70 pounds of green coffee at a time. We load them up here in the hopper. We open the vent, they fall down. You can kind of see them spinning around here in the drum. Now we use a indirect flame, so there's a flat flame panel inside there, and an enclosed space. So that enclosed space is heated up, so it is very similar to kind of making the coffee. The first step in the roasting process, what we'll do is we'll hit it with high intensity flame. This will separate the skin that's on the coffee, which this piece of equipment, this red one right here, will actually pull that skin out, keep it out of the machine, and that helps keep our maintenance down. When that skin can collect inside the machine at really high temperatures, almost turns into a tar, and so you're in there scraping it out. That helps keep the life of our machine a lot more. And the other piece of our equipment that we have here is this big black piece. This is our afterburner. All the smoke, all the pollutants that are created during the roasting process get rechanneled into there, burns at about 1500 degrees, reburns all that smoke, all those particles, so we put out nothing but water vapor into the atmosphere. So very, very green process.
Very sustainable, very green company, and the leftovers we take over to, we donate to farms. We happen to go to the Great Barn over in Sammamish. Take that for your soil.
So, we got some coffee roasting in here right now. Like I said, that first part of the process, we'll take the skin off, then you'll start the coloring. And right now we're into about the peanut stage of the coffee. It'll go from green in that original state, it'll go into a yellow stage, into this kind of peanutty color, and then into like a barking stage.
See it real quick? Yeah, take it out. Pick it up, want to take it out?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sorry, I got it right here. I'm actually zoomed in right on it.
So really, what a really good roaster wants to have is a really consistent increase in temperature throughout your whole roasting process. So no matter what your flame intensity is, you want that same incremental increase in degrees throughout the whole process. If you don't, it's called what's called stalling the bean, and if it spikes or if it slows down too much, it'll actually leave marks on your bean. And so as a roaster, like you can go into grocery stores and when you see other people's beans, you can actually see how the entire roasting process happened just by looking at the color, the texture, the smoothness, of the development of the bean. You can actually see how the whole roasting process occurred.
So this is an aerator right here, and it just cools it down once the process is done. Correct? You don't have to do it. I don't want you to do it now, obviously. But how long have you been doing this for?
I've been roasting for, this is my 7th year as a roaster. My mom's a coffee roaster too, so I'm 2nd generation. I learned everything from her in the first shop out in Redmond. We just celebrated our 1 year as a business. So a year ago, last November, I kind of got the opportunity to get my own equipment, my own warehouse, and grabbed my best friends, and we went into business.
How many pounds are you producing a year?
It's because we're growing so much. It's every year's bigger. But we just last Monday had the biggest roast as a company. We did 700 pounds of coffee last Monday. So that
huge.
was
Yeah, we roast twice a week.
Yeah, we usually roast twice a week, and we average about. Lately, we've been averaging anywhere from 375 to 500 pounds. For last week, we hit a record. We had 700 pounds.
So how can East Coasters and Chicagoans actually get your beans?
Right now, through the website, middleforkroasters.com. We have really easy pay through PayPal. We've got all of our different blends on there. We offer 6 different blends, a decaf blend, and then we also offer all of our coffees in single origin too. So you can go in and order all single origin or the blends that we created as well.
And we can even do custom labels. That's actually a big portion of our business.
Oh, that's
All right, over there.